Good afternoon slash good morning, Facebook family, Tube Nation. This is the best camera phone, but we're just gonna make it work for what it is. Um, I was not gonna do this video, but I need to do this video. Uh, in light of what's recently been happening, the marches. Shout out to the women. You know, brave enough to march. I understand why you want to do it, and I understand why you feel it's needed. We got a clown in office. There's no getting around it. We have a clown in office with a lot of uh, ignorant views, and he panders to a lot of ignorant people. Um, but he's not the only clown. I don't think it would have been any better for us if Hillary was in office. I'm sorry. I know a lot of folks gonna disagree with me. Like this Democrats all the way, this, that, and the third. But let me preface with saying this before I go in. I used to be the same way. I used to be Democrats, 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 Democrats all the way. Republicans hate black folk. And then I got older, and in the last couple of years, I just kind of woke up to a lot of what's going on. Shout out to some of the greatest works that have been happening. The Hidden Colors films. You need to watch those. And also 13th. 13th is a documentary on Netflix. I don't care if you just do the 1 month subscription for free. You need to watch that documentary if you're a black man, black woman, or you know somebody black that you love and you care about. Watch that documentary and open your eyes up about a lot of the BS that's been going on these last 20, 30 years. Anywho, so let's start talking about how we're moving as a people. Um, we aren't moving in the best lane. At least I feel like we're not moving in the best lane because we have this biggest problem. The biggest problem we have with black folks, especially when it comes to politics, is we are really heavy on having an allegiance to a particular group. And I think that's the stupidest thing we've been doing for the longest time, and it has not worked for us. Um, we need to stop having allegiances and start having alliances. In allegiance, you just kind of dedicate yourself to a particular group, no matter what. You don't see their faults. It's like being in a relationship with the rose-colored glasses on. This person can do no wrong. They cheat on you. You're like, well, no, it's that other person's fault. They coerced them into, taking his pants off, ladies. I'm speaking from, as a man speaking to ladies. Really, I'm really going for my sisters because um, y'all are moving, y'all are mobilizing, and I respect that, and I love that, and I love seeing the unity. But I think a lot of it is misplaced on some part. So don't clown me. Don't don't march on me. I'm just a little old dude just trying to provide insight from where I'm standing. So we as black folk, women included, black women, black men, but black women, we have this allegiance to the Democratic Party, which is like being in the worst relationship ever. You're in a relationship with a guy that beats up on you and mentally, physically, emotionally, cheats on you, this, that, and the third. And no matter what, you still find a way to make him turn out to be this great individual, but you're the one getting hurt. And no matter what he says, no matter how he operates, you still come up to his defense. You still side with him in your decision making, and that's very, very, very toxic. Reason why is because you keep getting burned and you keep getting humiliated and you keep getting the short end of the stick in the situation. The other person, they just get the benefits of knowing you're going to be there all the time. You're their cushion, you're their net. Same thing we do with the Democratic Party. They know black folk going to be there, period. So they don't do shit for black folk. They don't do nothing for the black woman. Honestly, and holistically speaking, the Democratic Party, if you really look at it, what has been done for the black community, period, is been very minuscule as what has been done for other communities. That's why we get generalized in minorities. Anytime you ask the Democratic Party about what they're going to do for black folk, they'll always say minority. They will never say particularly this is what we do for black folk. We'll always say the minority. And then and on the same vein, on the other foot, there's black folk who feel like, well, they shouldn't do anything just for us. But other people out here getting benefits, the LGBTQ out here getting benefits, the Muslim community is getting benefits, the Native American community just got another check, the Jews just got another check uh, from the Obama administration. And then at the same time, if you really start paying attention to the bigger picture, You would have known that Dr. Claude Anderson is a very respected elder in the community, very decorated elder in the community, very smart, Powernomics. I got to get a copy of that, which I'm going to get from Black Loan Bookstore. And he's sued on behalf of the black folk. He put up his money. I think he said he put up like $250,000 of his money, sued on behalf of black folks to get reparations. The Obama administration blocked it. Now they cut a check for the Jewish community. They cut a check for the Native American community, and then Obama said reparations for black folk wouldn't be feasible. But everybody, if you look at the Jewish community, are they suffering financially? Are they hurting? They own the banks. They own most, if not all, I'm gonna say about 99% of the financial institutions. They are well off. Could they not go a year without a check? The Native American community, you can't own a casino unless you're Native American. But then I say that loosely because we'll get into it in a different video. For the most part, they're good. For the most part, they're good. But black folk can't get anything back. Anything, a little bit of something, which includes you, black woman. I see this allegiance thing, and it's hurting us, and it's been hurting us. We have allowed the Democrats to say they're our buddy. Well, let's talk about the Democrats. Let's talk about some of the dirt and the skeletons in their closet. We quick to middle finger to a Republican in a heartbeat, but the Republicans didn't create the KKK. The Democrats did. They created the KKK. Yes, the KKK, the people in the white sheets that pretty much would love to see all of us hanging from trees or burnt or skinned or torn apart by dogs or torn in half by horses. Any despicable thing you can think of done to a human being, you name it. That's their creation. That's their baby. The Democratic Party that you love so much. So, if this party was sold for black people, how come they haven't disbanded the KKK and made them a terrorist organization? In the last 20, 30 years, we've had Clinton, we've had Obama. Neither one has put forth an effort to disband the KKK on behalf of black folk, knowing good and darn well this is a terrorist organization that that loves hate and hates all minorities. If you're not white like them or believe like them, you don't share the same ideas. They hate you, black folk especially, and they haven't disbanded them. So that's strike number one for me. Why do I have an allegiance to a group that has created the very monsters and white sheep that have pulled men out of their homes in front of their wives and beaten them and strung them up on trees to watch them to their very last breath, and then burn the bodies and probably went back and raped the wife and beat the kids or whatever despicable things these individuals did at the time and probably still do today, but it's not on the news because face it, if you're getting beaten to death by the KKK, there's no chance and no opportunity for you to upload that to Facebook to say, hey, look what they're doing to me. Let's be honest about it. Two, why such an allegiance to Hillary? This is the same woman who said the black men you love, whether it's your father, your uncle, your brother, your cousin, your granddad, your godfather, or the black man in church that you always give out the candy and he's always been real cool and he's always watched out. The black men you love are super predators. And she only, hold on, before you get on, well, she apologized. She apologized how many years later? 17 years later? Almost 2 decades later, she's apologizing when it's convenient. So it's 20 years of black men being seen as these animals that wake up wanting to rape white women. They go to lunch. I want to rape a white woman. You go to sleep. I want to rape a white woman. Take a shit. I must be wanting to rape a white woman. That's the age he's black. Hide the white women. He's going to rape them. That's the fear that's been put in the hearts of Americans, non-black Americans. Let me say that. And the idea that all black men want to do is sit around and want to rape other women, that's a term she coined. But we have an allegiance to her. For what? Why? That's bullshit. And she only apologizes when it's convenient. It's like being in a relationship. You catch your man cheating on you. Hey, oh, babe, I'm sorry. I'm going to change. Yeah, he going to change now. You caught him. He ain't gonna tell you that the last 2 or 3 years you've been banging all your friends. But now that you caught him, it is convenient for him to be apologetic and try to restore or maintain that relationship that he has with you. Ladies, you got to think differently. Fellas, we got to think differently too. I'm just speaking more so to the ladies because I see y'all making these movements and y'all doing what you're doing, which is very empowering. And like I said, I love to see the unity, the sisterhood that's going on. But quit having allegiances, black folk. Period. We need to start having alliances. We need to go to every politician with the mindset, look, fuck all the bullshit. What are you gonna do for us? And if you're not gonna do nothing for us, you can't have nothing from us. Period. Period. Well, I'm scared, so I have to. No, you don't. You ain't gotta do shit. You don't have to do nothing on their dime. It's a negotiation. It's like when you go into an employer, you have two employees, they both want you, they both come and hit you with an offer letter, and they say they're gonna pay you a certain amount of money. Other one says they're gonna pay you a little better, but you want to be at that other company. You negotiate. That's what we need to do every time, all the time. We're willing to align with you under these circumstances. Period. Period. And when you stop getting assumed so easily, Democratic Party comes in basically like it's like being you seeing your crush, and you got that one dude you love, whatever. He's however tall and whatever. He got on your favorite cologne. You know what I'm saying? Fresh. What I don't know. Fresh taper, the beard crispy, come through, stepping clean, mad fresh. Walk up to you, and he finally starts talking to you, and it's the middle of the night. You're supposed to go home, but he hit you with the one line when he's close, holding on to you. I wouldn't want to do anything that you wouldn't want to do, which is in the right moment, which is their line to go. Don't ask me how I know. Don't ask me how I know. Anyway, and then next thing you know, he in your bedroom, y'all doing things. You wake up in the morning, he gone. That's what it is. It's what I feel like the Democratic Party's been doing to us. They've been banging the black community with a few little things. It was Clinton with the daggum saxophone. Oh, speaking of the Democratic 13th, you need to watch that because it lets you know about an organization called ALEC, ALEC. So 13th is your homework. Black woman, black man, or anybody that says you love a black person or care about black people in your life, you need to watch that. But they proposed the three strikes rule. Clinton enforced it. Another reason why your father and your brothers and everyone that you love that are black men that live in impoverished cities that don't offer much opportunity for black men are sitting up there locked up for the rest of their damn life. The Democratic Party did that, not the Republicans. So what we need to do is change our mindset and change how we operate. No more allegiances to no one. We have no allegiance to anybody but our damn selves. What we will do though, we'll align with you under these circumstances. And it has worked. You want proof? Biggest lie told to you was that Lincoln just up and freed the slaves. Biggest lie told to you. He didn't just up and free the slaves. In fact, he even wrote later on, because they were pissed at him. He said, if I could have ended the war without freeing the slaves, I would have. You know why he freed the slaves? Because a few of our ancestors came to him and noticed the North was getting their ass handed to them. The South had them hands. They had the Mayweather shoulder. They had the Roy Jones Jr. speed and the Mike Tyson uppercut. And what they needed an equalizer or something to help balance them. And as you see, once black folk get in the situation, things change when we do it the right way. We had ancestors. I'm gonna get the information. I'm trying to tag it to this video of who exactly went to Lincoln and let them know. Look, we'll help you, but we need to have a but in every situation we're dealing with politicians. We're dealing with someone who can affect our lives. Say, hey, look, we like what you're doing on this end, but we want to be a part of it. But this is what you have to do for us. That's how we got free. He didn't just up and say, just woke up one night, middle of the night, slaves just need to be free. No, bump that. That wasn't happening. The South was putting hands to the North. North was tired of getting whooped. Lincoln needed something to fix it because the country divided and warring on itself is eventually going to crumble. Our ancestors came in the right time and said, look, we're going to use it to our advantage. Look, you tired of what's happening? We'll get in the mix, but for a fee, our freedom. And then when it's still all said and done, they shafted us on one end when the way they wrote it. But we'll get into another conversation. So I'm at 15 minutes. I'm talking long enough. Share this with everyone you love. Share this with all the black women and all the black men, all the minorities you love. Um, People that say they love black folk. I'm putting people to the test because people say they love black folk, but when it gets thick, where you at? We cut for you, or you gonna cut for us? Once again, peace and blessings, everyone. I love all you. Stay educated. You need to see 13th. You need to see all Hidden Colors films. I need to see Birth of a Nation myself. I need to get that. I don't know if it's on DVD yet or it's gonna come to DVD soon. Make sure you get that. Watch that. Empower yourself. Don't be afraid to learn outside the box. There's nothing wrong with that. Continue to empower yourself. Continue to educate yourself, and then once you're educated, have application and make it a part of your life, and then grow. All right, man. Peace and blessings. I say.